Okay, so now we've got the Astro A50Xs. We're going to take a look at these things finally. I will compare them a little bit when we get to that with the A50s that I have right here, base station, everything like that. I don't understand why some of these companies can't come up with some sort of standard audio instead of changing it every freaking year or so. This one has HDMI. We'll get into the differences here in just a second. This one says it's for the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC mobile all in one through HDMI. It does have the Logitech Lightspeed wireless on there instead of using like a 2.4 gigahertz band or whatever. The other one used the it's got the graphene drivers. The other ones, the drivers or the things that puts out the audio on your headset, it was a little bit different. We'll get into all that here in just a second. Let's crack this thing open so we can see what it looks like. Apologies if I sound a little stuffy. I've been getting over something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so unboxing, right? Oh, I'm gonna play some music in the background, like some druid music or something. This cloth, I mean, did you really need that? It's kind of scratchy. And then I really wish they'd make it so these mics could come off. I think this mic could come off. No, it cannot. Those don't look any different from the original A50s. We'll set that to the side. See what else we got here. This is the DAC, I'm assuming, and then that. Give me a second to put this to the side real fast. Okay, PC, lightning cable to this. Oh yay, more cables because we can't get our lightning cable, PC. This I assume goes to the back of it. And then another one, more cables, yay. I didn't realize that was gonna be in there. It is what it is. Dolby, yay for Xbox. How to hook this thing up. So one cable goes into your, one cable, so it's self-powered, okay. One goes into the computer and one goes into the wall. All right. Anyway, premium price for this is probably a reason why they're charging you so much for these things. You have the Dolby with the Xbox, the PlayStation proprietary stuff, and then the Logitech. So that's probably where they're getting you with the premium price, especially having Dolby licensing. That's probably a stupid large amount. Anyway, let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Power cable for different regions. This is what you get in the box. Obviously the headset. This is really no difference from the original one, other than it says it's got the Logitech badging on the front, as you can see. Power cable, 2 cables, and there's your unboxing for the A50Xs. Let's go ahead and take a look at the A50X and the normal A50s. This thing is kind of dusty. It's fine. So, as you can see, form factor is about the same. front badging is the same, except for one says Astro and one says Logitech. On the back is where they're going to differ the most. On the A50s, if I can get this, you've got the charge, or the USB for the charging, and then you've got an optical in, an optical out, an aux in, and then a micro USB. And then you've got a switcher for the PC and PlayStation or Xbox or whatever it is the case. On the new one, you've got your 5-volt DC out, your HDMI out to whatever monitor or whatever TV you're doing, USB in for USB and HDMI for the PlayStation, and then for the Xbox. So not really much has changed with those. And then the A50X and the A50s, right? So button configuration is a little bit different. You have your volume button down here. I know you can't see this very well. They're black headsets. So you got your volume knob right here. This one says Bluetooth and your lightning, but on the A50s you have EQ and then your game and audio chat. Voice and game. Voice and game. Mic is on the same side. One's A50. Yeah, not much has changed on them. The drivers are different on the A50X is what they are on the normal A50s, but I mean, they both do the same thing with this horrible design of setting these on here like this. I can't stand that design, but there they are. Magnetic, obviously. I will go ahead and hook these up to the PlayStation and the computer and see what they sound like, and we'll be back in just a second. Okay, so let's take a look at the differences between these two things with their specs. Okay, so here we are. As you can see, we've got the Astro A50X right here, and then we've got the Astro A50, the regular one right here. The A50X is $379. It says coming soon. Okay, sure. And then the original Astro A50s is $299. Differences between them, obviously, as we said before, is the drivers, the things that power the sound that come from your ears. If we scroll down to the specs, the A50X is a little bit lighter. Not much lighter, but it is lighter at 12.8 ounces or 363 grams. And the regular A50s are 380 grams, 13.4 ounces. So the A50s have a neodymium magnet, 40 millimeter drivers. The A50X has a Pro graphene 40 millimeter driver, so same size, just different. Graphene obviously is a little bit lighter, probably than what the neodymium, I can't say that for some reason, magnets are. Anyway, again, differences between the two are the regular Astro A50s have optical in, optical out on the back, and then a 3.5 millimeter jack on the back side. We look at it from right here. And then the A50X has HDMI and USB-C on the back. The normal A50s, or the original A50s, didn't need a power source, an external power source, to use them. The A50X does if you want to use the HDMI. If you just want to use the USB-Cs, because you can use USB-C to connect to your consoles, your PC, Xbox, whatever the case may be, or you can use the HDMI. If you're going to use the HDMI, you're going to use the pass-through, you're going to need the external power source. So that is the differences between the two. Another thing, on the A50s, you have the button on the back for the PC, PlayStation, or PC, Xbox, whichever the case may be. If you get the PlayStation one, it works on the Xbox because the Xbox is essentially a PC anyway. It works with Windows, so you can just turn it to PC and plug it in. The A50X you can use on all three, but the switcher is actually on the headset. While we're here, let's take a quick look at the software. Okay, so we need to pause that right there before we go any further. I needed to edit this a little bit because there are two settings inside of Logitech GHub. One that I didn't know about, and we're going to go over the Astro A50's software and the A50X's software. So let's cut over to that here in just a second. Okay, so as you can see, we've got both softwares up here. The one on the left is the A50, the original, and the one on the right is the A50X. So if you look at the Astro A50 wireless, we've got some EQ that we can do: Pro, Studio, Astro, a mount kit. Then you have some preset EQs: Pro, Studio, however you want to do that. You have some microphone presets that you can do: night, home, tournament, streaming, whatever the case may be. Your USB mic level, your side tones, stream port, where you do a little bit of routing and what you want to hear with regards to how high you want your audio from your microphone, your chat audio, your game, your auxiliary, all that good stuff, right? And then you have settings: default balance, alert volume. If you go over to the A50X and you click on this device settings thing right here, you've got side tones, balance, device volume, power management, base station brightness, and all this stuff, right? You would think inside of the settings that this stuff that we have over here on the Astro A50 wireless would be there, but it's not. So you just actually have to click on it and it'll bring you to all of your EQs. Curated presets, we have default, gaming, media, and then you can add some custom presets if you want by clicking the plus button right there. Microphone EQ, if you wanted to do that. Again, curated presets, you can do broadcast, you can do competition, default, and then your custom presets that you want. And then you have a little bit of a routing right here. Same thing, mic out disconnected, game, Bluetooth disconnected, and your voice. And this is your stream port like it is over here. So I had originally just did the comparison for the device settings like this over here, but it was brought to my attention that if you just click on it, you get all that stuff. So we're just editing this a little bit. So you do have all of the same controls inside of the Astro Command Center as what you do in Logitech GHub, and there they are. And we will get back to your regularly scheduled programming, the original edit, after this part. Okay, so here we are with the Xbox, right? Now you can hook this up one of two different ways. You can plug it into the USB port on the back of the Astro A50 into the USB port on the back of the Xbox. Or you can do it with the HDMI device on the back of the A50X and the back of the Xbox. You can do both, or one or the other. When you're inside the Xbox, obviously you can go into the volume and audio output settings, and you can, this one has Dolby, so you can use it. You can change that for Atmos for headphones, or make your audio settings whatever you want them to be on the Xbox with the A50Xs. Hopping over to the PlayStation, same thing, USB port or HDMI port, just plug them in. You can do either or. We'll jump into the PlayStation settings really quick. You're going to sound, obviously, and then go into your input device. You can select either HDMI or the A50X. Same thing with your output device, HDMI or A50X. Set it to whatever you want. There are your settings for the PlayStation. Okay, so final thoughts on the Astro A50Xs. Well, for $80 more, you're getting HDMI, Dolby Atmos, PlayStation's proprietary 3D software. You're getting all these things that are proprietary, so there's where your $80 is coming in. You're getting HDMI pass-through on all of your stuff, and they're clipping the audio out of HDMI when they could probably have put some sort of capture card in there, or capture software in there that would have allowed us to do both audio and video. That'd have been nice. Two headsets right now, if you set them side by side, this is the A50X and this is the Astro A50s. Can you tell the difference? Just look at them. Can you tell the difference? I mean, no, they're the exact form factor. So I'm not entirely sure why we're paying extra for the exact same device, only with some different HDMI ports or some different output ports on there. It's too bad that the optical ports got taken away from the Xbox and the PlayStation, because I thought that was a good idea. But it is what it is. If you want the device, there is your kind of a deep dive into the Astro A50Xs. Let me know what you think in the comment sections. Again, I will answer as many questions as I possibly can with regards to this in the comment section. Discord is also in the description if you want to join that. We chat and have fun in there, and I try to help as many people as I possibly can. Plus, there's some other people that have started to come in there that will also try to help you. So it's growing a little bit. Do all that YouTube stuff. If anything that is in the video helped you make a decision, an informed decision on hardware, software, or whatever the case may be sure to do that whole YouTube thing where it's subscribe, like, notifications, the bell, all that stuff, because it helps me, helps the channel get pushed out in the YouTube algorithm. And with that, this is kind of a longer video. We'll see you on the next one.